Hi, welcome everybody to the last part of our Loon series for 2025. And I have Kelly with me. Kelly, introduce yourself from the MPCA.
I am Kelly Amoth. I'm a program coordinator with the Get the Let Out program at the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency.
Perfect. And I am really excited to have you talk about the Get the Let Out program. I am a very strong advocate for it. I love our loons. I am sad about, I've done series of people have watched the series on all the rescues for loons from lead poisoning. And I thought, what a great way to wrap this up and hear from you guys and what your program is, because this is a statewide initiative.
Yep. So the Get the Let Out program, we returned as a program in late 2020. We were working under a cooperative agreement with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service in the Minnesota DNR. And our funding was through the Deepwater Horizon oil spill, which affected Minnesota's common loons on their wintering grounds in the Gulf of Mexico. So we started up our work again, and that part of our program has wrapped up, but we still continue to do outreach and education statewide. So we work with lake associations in the summertime. They do a great job for the program promoting the message of lead-free fishing to protect loons and other wildlife in their local communities. They do collection events as well. Right now, I'm very involved with visiting youth fishing summer camps and getting kids on this knowledgeable about this issue as well, and sharing lead-free tackle with them. And then we also do school program outreach during the school year, visiting kids in their classroom to talk about this and to talk about loons. And then also promoting lead-free fishing tackle at our local bait and tackle stores. So we have a retailer rebate program that is offered to bait and tackle store owners statewide that we will help them offset the cost of getting lead-free tackle into their stores.
Wow, that's awesome. So tell me about what happens to loons or eagles or herons when they ingest the lead.
Sure. So every angler, despite our best efforts, has had our fishing line break, has had a fish get away with our fishing tackle, or we've lost fishing tackle into the lake. And so whenever any of those things happen, it poses a risk for loons to then ingest that fish that has tackle attached to it or inside of it, or to pick up our lost fishing tackle. Loons swallow fish whole, and so they also will dive to the bottom of lakes and pick up small rocks that go into the muscular part of their stomach, their gizzard, where the rocks help to grind up their food. Lead is a very soft metal, and so when it gets into their gizzard, the grinding along with the acid that's also there breaks it down very quickly. It enters their bloodstream and makes them ill almost immediately. And so as they are begin to be affected by lead poisoning, they can't swim, they can't fly, they can't dive, they can't care for their young. Sick loons are seldom found. I think that there's greater visibility, especially in Minnesota right now, with the Loon Rescue Group, of sharing about loons that might be sick or need help, and helping to educate willing volunteers to go and participate in the rescue of those loons, hopefully get them to a rehabilitator. But there's very little rehabilitators can do for sick loons with lead poisoning. And unfortunately, loons pass away within 2 or 3 weeks after getting even the smallest piece of lead fishing tackle into them.
Yeah, that's what I've been learning, and it's so sad, and it's a painful death for them.
Yes.
Yeah. So what can fisher folk do?
Tie those knots tight. Try and prevent losing tackle best as you can. If you're fishing and you see a loon close to your dock or the shoreline or your boat, reel in your lines. Let that loon get the fish that maybe you're also targeting. I tell kids all the time, the last thing I would ever want to do is to hook a loon. And so just to give loons space on the water. Also making the switch to trying out lead-free fishing tackle. There are a lot of really great options on the market now for anglers to try. So tungsten, not only for ice anglers, is becoming more popular during open water fishing season as well. For anglers to know more about what to look for in the stores, I always suggest packaging can be confusing. So look for material types. So look for tungsten, bismuth, steel, tin, especially when you're shopping for lead-free alternatives. And like most people with hobbies, we always accumulate and have more than we probably need for our hobby. And so maybe a little bit later in the fall when fishing season has wrapped up, I always recommend kind of going through your tackle box, looking at things that maybe you didn't use this summer, maybe haven't used in a long time. And if it's lead and you decide that you would no longer like to have that in your tackle box, knowing what to do with it. So it can't go in your garbage, can't go in your household recycling, has to go to your county's household hazardous waste facility where they will recycle it properly.
One of the things I hear a lot is it's too expensive. I have too much invested in tackle to throw it all away. So what do you have to say for that?
I hear that a lot too. And I acknowledge that some of these alternatives are more expensive. There are some really great bismuth options for jigs. So there are some companies out there that are making jigs out of bismuth, which is, I would put the price point in between lead on the low end and tungsten on the higher end. So that's a great step into using lead-free. And then I know it's hard to think about maybe getting things out of our tackle box, but there's no safe level of lead for human health. So we're protecting ourselves and younger people we're fishing with, if we're fishing with younger people. Also, all the wildlife that is protected. Lead does not break down very much at all. So any lost fishing tackle into our lakes will remain there and remain a risk. So whether you lost it yesterday or you lost it many, many years ago, it's still going to be in that lake. And so it's a future looking thing as well of protecting wildlife that I know anglers care about so deeply and that Minnesotans, even if they don't fish, care about so deeply too.
So yeah, I like that. I like somebody else said too in one of our shows, start with buying only lead-free tackle. The other thing too is at our cottage, we have family coming in, grandchildren, they want to go fishing. So I did the get the lead out thing, and I went through our garage with all the tackle boxes from 3 generations. And I think I had about 30 pounds of lead tackle.
Yep.
I put into tubs and took to the county disposal. So, and so then now when they come, I can say, hey, you can use any of this tackle. I don't have to, so, and then
Right.
the other thing is buy tungsten. So it's there for them when they arrive. Like, here's lead-free tackle for you.
And I think too, I am talking to a lot of kids this summer. Some of them have tackle, some of them don't. But what I know too is that a lot of tackle is passed down to younger people. So especially as they get involved with fishing, interested in fishing. And so anything we can do to help our young anglers know about lead-free fishing, start them off as lead-free anglers like you're doing. Because I was just at camps yesterday, and I love when kids actually give me lead out of their tackle boxes, and I'm actually able to take that and then go recycle that for them. So just getting them started. And I also encourage all these kids too to talk to the older people in their life too, who probably don't know about this, and that they can kind of affect change as well, whether that's shopping or sharing some of the lead-free tackle I give them, but really making it about a conversation across generations too.
Nice. And lastly, too, you have programs where people can get the lead out and have drop-off stations. I'm having our first one, so you can sign up for the program for your lake. We have our first one coming up, and we're promoting it at a lake through a lake association. Can you tell people how they can do that?
Yeah, so if you are part of a lake association and you've never been in touch with us, feel free to send us an email at leadout@state.mn.us. And we would be happy to send materials to you, send you sample packs of lead-free fishing tackle that you can share with people at your event. So this is a great starter item. We have a jig in there and some split shot, some information. So people can just at least try out lead-free fishing tackle. And if they like it, hopefully they'll go purchase some more on their own.
Yeah, my packet had letters in it, stickers, free tackle, some other little informational things. I'm like, so I have my ready booth already ready to just go to this lake association meeting and just hand it out and give stickers to people. So hopefully,
Yep.
and we promoted it in our newsletter. So hopefully that starts catching on in Pelican Lake and other lakes. So
excellent. Thank you for doing that, Erica. We really appreciate it. We
yeah.
can't make it statewide, so we really depend on partners statewide to bring this message. You know the people in your community, you know the people at your lake association. So we really appreciate that you can carry that message of the program forward.
Yeah, yeah. And it starts with your house. I'm like, with everybody visiting, even my cousin, kids, I'm like, hey, we're a lead-free cottage here. So bring tungsten, or I have stuff you can use. And hopefully those kids, when they fish in other lakes, will carry that when they go home. So is there anything else you wanted to share before we go?
Just enjoy our lakes, enjoy the loons. They'll be here for another couple of months. Yeah, and every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Whether you're cleaning out some old lead split shot in your box, that helps. So every little bit helps. The more we can all work towards getting lead out of our lakes and our tackle boxes makes a big difference.
Right. And one more thing too, is we talk about the loons, but man, I feel better knowing my nieces and nephews aren't handling all this lead tackle. When we were a kid, we would even put it in our mouth to tighten it around the string. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I actually went through my lead tackle with gloves on because I'm like, I don't want to touch it. And so it makes me feel better now that they're also not being harmed. So well, thanks so much, Kelly. I appreciate it. And thanks for all the work you're doing.
Thank you too, Erica. I really appreciate it.